Hey guys, this is Casual with NerdHammer.net, and welcome to a battle report. This is round 2 versus the High Elves at Outside the Box Games. This game is against my nemesis Alex from Hell's Crucible. He beat the pants off me at Crossroads round 2 in the spring. You can check out that game against my demons. It was a fun game. He's a great player. Really nice guy. So we get to duke it out here with my Bretonnians. So on my left side, we were able to select one unit to give them Frenzy, and they would also have Stupidity for the entire game, and they'd also be at -2 leadership. I didn't want to have any issues with Frenzy and Stupidity in one of my lances. Had I would have thought about it a little bit more and realized that my whole company of lance would have gotten a +2 on the charge, everybody down the flanks, I may have done this differently, but I gave Frenzy to a unit of bowmen. So there they said the green poker chip represents that unit. So yeah, I got Frenzy bowmen. I've made a few mistakes in this game that I'm not really happy with or proud of, and that was probably the first one. So anyway, Frenzy bowmen, they're really pissed off. I got a unit of Peg Knights there, a Trebin behind another unit of bowmen, and there's my Knights Errant, one of the two Knights Errant lances, right there by the woods. And in the center of the table, this is my Knights of the Realm lance. I got my Heroic Killing Blow Lord, who is the Red Knight, my BSB, and another Paladin who just has a flail. And my level 4 of Undeath, she's in the middle. Hopefully she'll get to cast a spell this turn. That would be awesome. Last game she got hit with a Treb right on the head and died. She did get off one spell last game that I forgot to mention in the battle report, and that was I got a casket, but I got it naturally on a 24, so that got scrolled immediately. Over here, this is a Knights Errant block. They look like Knights of the Realm, but they got demoted for this game. So they're over there with a level 2 of Beast. Paladin who has the sort of anti-heroes. I got another Paladin who gives me plus D6 on its charge, and another Paladin who just has a Morningstar. And my other Treb is here. I get first turn this time, but we'll go over his list first. So he has a my god, I forget what they're called, but it's on the highest dragon, the dragon that has like 7 wounds. So yeah, that's him there. That's his Lord, leadership 10. Unit Reavers, a Falcon. That's a Great Eagle, I should say. Frostheart Phoenix, and then he has a bus of Silver Helms, with the BSB in there, Battle of the World Dragon. He has the Star Lance is in there. His level 4 on High Magic is in there, and I think he has a Noble in there also to accompany the BSB. Another Frostheart on the right side, and another unit of Reavers, and a Great Eagle. This is what High Elves consider a fun list, so here we go. Let's get it on. I do get first turn, and which is awesome, and that is a house rule at OTB. If you didn't watch the last report, Bretonnians do not have to forfeit their turn to go first, so that's pretty awesome. And here's the first mistake of the game. I just reformed this lance to face this direction now. I had this whole avenue, blocked up, and I decided to just forfeit that flank with a Frostheart there. I don't know if I assumed my Trebs were going to put in some work. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my thinking was there. So yeah, this is the way I do. I'm trying to range these guys. I'm trying to decide whether I can use my... I think that's why I brought this guy over, to use the far range, the extra D6 on the first charge, Pally, to try to do some kind of long charge here, because I know I'm thinking he's going to keep the range, play the range game with me, and try to keep his bus out of my charge ability, whether I'm going to throw 3 lances in or 2 lances, because I don't know how the Silver Helms do if I take 3 lances in there. So yeah, we're going to be filling each other out there for the first turn, I think. So Lord of Undeath, I cast a unit of Crypt Horrors, and I get them. I bring them over here to protect, I guess, my archers and Treb. The range is pretty limited, so I didn't really feel like I wanted to throw him out in front and give him an opportunity to charge him with Frost Phoenix and Overrun. So I'm just kind of tucking him in here back safely. This was kind of my decoy spell. I was hoping that maybe he throws some dice at it, but he decides to save his dice. But I irresistible and get a casket up, so that's pretty awesome. This Doom Rocket looking thing that suspiciously looks like a casket, or reverse that, I think, yeah. But that's a Casket of Souls, so that's pretty cool. You know, it gives me D3 to my casting pool early in the game. I think that's a great unit to res up early in the game. Could have been a Terrorgeist, but you know the leadership of High Elves is pretty high. I'm not feeling a Terrorgeist this early in the game. The miscast does do a couple wounds to my lance, and of course when my paladins do not get out of the way of the template, and he takes a wound, and my Lore of Undeath Prophetess, she takes a wound also. So through shooting, I land a Treb on the dragon, and I do 5 wounds to the dragon. Just need to get 2 more to knock him off. My bowmen actually open up against his reavers and do a couple wounds. So yeah, the shooting is very effective first round. I mean, I got 2 good spells up, did a lot of shooting, and yeah, so it's looking good for Bretonnia. It's rare that I actually, you know, you get to go first and do some good. So his turn, he does exactly what he should do, and that is bring the Frost Phoenix on this flank. I don't know what I was thinking. So he brings the Griffin over here too. So now he's starting my Treb and my Casket and my Lances. Yeah, just poor placement. I really just got to knock the dust off of my Bretonnia, my Bretonian list. I want to play them more because I'm interested in what the Lore of Undeath can do. I would like to get some UB games with them. And I may even take them to Winter Wars, which is a tournament we're running in January, if I get to play. So, you know, I just want to try to knock the dust off the Bretonnia, because I'm just a little sick of demons right now. So, on this side, yeah, that was not here nor there. His Reavers move over, and I think he took some dangerous terrain and lost 2 more. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. And he's just trying to, you know, brings his Frost Phoenix over and his Lord. So he's just trying to encircle and get some range on me. Yeah, and he backs up his Night Bus in the center. Turn 2 Bretonnia. Yeah, I go for it. I want to hold up the Phoenix on this side so that I can do something here in the center. And I decide to take the Knight's Errant and try to sneak off 2 wounds onto that dragon. I'm not sure how any of this left side is going to go. It could go really well, or it could go horribly wrong at this point, and I'm not sure how it's going to go. If the Knight's Errant can go in there and knock 2 wounds off that dragon, that'd be absolutely stellar. I got a lot of attacks. I don't know how it's going to go. I think he is toughness 5 or 6, so I don't think it was the best move ever. But I was also considering taking my long charge lance over that way, but even still, even if I roll odds and, you know, like a 9 with Swift Stride, and I still have to roll like a 5 or 6 on my other die to make it. It would have been a heck of a charge, because it would have been like 24 inches, something like that. But I decided not to do it. I go a little bit of a safer route. I'm hoping the Knight's Errant can come through for me. Just got to tick off a wound or 2. Force him to... His BSB's out of range, so, you know, it is Leadership 10. Leadership 10 is failable. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope the Peg Knights can hold up the Frost Phoenix for a turn or 2. I'm not really excited about that either. These guys I just reform. And over here, taking shots. I take a Treb, I hit him for 2 wounds. Casket gets 2 more wounds on him, but just not enough to kill him. So I leave that Phoenix with 1 wound left. That's going to be trouble. Over here, I cannot get anything on the dragon. Or wait, I think I got 1 wound on the dragon. Not enough to kill him, not enough to break him. He does do some wounds to me. Luckily, I stick around through being steadfast. And against this Phoenix, yeah, I do nothing, and I take a wound from my efforts. But I do hold him up for a turn, so that's pretty cool. And my shooting did kill the last Reaver that was left on that side. Turn 2, yeah, Frost Phoenix goes into the Casket, and the Great Eagle goes into the Treb. This I actually don't mind, because the Casket's going to blow up when he kills it. And all I got to do is 1 wound. That'd be awesome if I can get it. You know, he was debating whether to take the Phoenix in there because of it blowing up, but he decided to do it anyway, and hopefully I could just nick off a wound off that Phoenix. That'd be awesome. And in the center, if you notice, I just gave him this charge. I don't know what I was thinking. In what realm of thinking is it? Do you want your Bretonnian lance to get charged in the face? I don't know. It was just so dumb. I don't know if I just didn't think he would do it, like he was going to back up, but he does it, and I think it was just a dumb move on me and a gimme for him. I do have a pally wall up there, so I'm going to suck up some of the wounds coming in from the lance, but yeah, it's just dumb. What I was thinking is I moved these guys up so that the Frost Phoenix couldn't charge them in the flank, but I let this lance show the flank to the Phoenix. And I'm thinking, well, if he brings the Phoenix in, I have Heroic Killing Blow Lord, I'm just going to make way and kill it. And I was kind of baiting him with that, hoping that he would do it, but with that combination, thinking that he wasn't going to charge his night block at my lance, it just seemed to be the right thing to do. And just not the call. Over here, he chaps up with his Great Eagle, which is a great use of a Great Eagle. And through magic, he gets some ward saves up on his guys, casting some small spells, and he gets 3 wounds off of the dragon, which is brutal. So I'm stuck. This guy does kill the Treb. The Frost Phoenix does kill the casket. It blows up, does a couple wounds to my guys here, and does not get a wound through in the Frost Phoenix. I think I ended up doing 2 wounds to him, and he ward saved both of them on a 5-up. So close to getting him. So that was unfortunate. Over here, the Phoenix, he does enough to break the Peg Knights and runs them down. So now I got 2 Frost Phoenix that are just going to cause problems. They're so bad for Bretonnia. You get a Frost Phoenix in the flank of one of my lances, and that -1 to strength on that. Now my knights are like strength 2. Strike and last. It's just so brutal. Over here, the Knights Errant hold on only because they're stubborn with the one rank. This is not going well for me. And yeah, my pallies suck up some wounds, but 2 wounds on my lord, 1 wound on both each of my paladins, and my level 2 of beast just hanging out in there. Just brutal, just dumb. Should not have let that happen. Turn 3 Bretonnia. Yeah, I got to charge the Great Eagle. Through magic, I get a unit of Crypt Horrors up. I place them there to threaten the flank of the Silver Helms. 12-inch range, not a lot of great places to bring them up, so I bring them up there hoping that they can support this combat. But the way it was shaped up, I couldn't get this last guy that with 12 inches was too far, so I had to put him in a 2nd rank, which was even worse because now my guys can't overrun here or do anything useful other than reform. And my Treb does get the final wound off this Frost Phoenix on the right side. And my Frenzied Bowman could not resist charging this Frost Phoenix. They charge him in the flank. The Frost Phoenix, did a couple wounds, but I was steadfast and held because my Lord is like right there. So they had leadership 10. And the Frost Phoenix reformed, so I was able to hold them up with some Frenzied Bowmen, which, I'll take that. It's not too bad. And then over here I have 4 Knights Errant left. One's a champion, so I decide now's a good time as any to take the challenge. His Lord strikes first. He got 1 wound through, killed the guy, so no overkill. The dragon didn't get to fight, so I have a banner, he has a wound. I have a musician, he doesn't. Leadership 10 fails, breaks, I miss him by an inch. God, so close. The Knights Errant, this should have probably happened like 8 turns ago. Or, not probably, but I would have loved it to happen earlier in the game. But, oh god, that was so close. Maybe a Treb can finish him off. I have 1 Treb left. But yeah, unlucky. Just by an inch. That would have been helpful. Over here, yeah, I think he killed my center pally. I think this Lord died too, but maybe the pictures are messed up. But I do kill the Eagle here. I do have a wound on one of my pallies and a wound on my level 4 from the miscast. Turn 3, High Elves. This eagle comes back on the board, is facing that way, and my lance breaks. Let's go back here a turn. So I kind of think, looking at this, that that the bus was in the front, but it's pretty close. But my lance breaks, and the way I was formed up with the reform after the eagle, he gets into the flank of this lance, and that's going to be tough. I'm not going to be able to come back after that. Turn 4, he does rally those guys. I just conga line him out of the line of sight of his dragon. I take my Cryptars into the flank of the bus. I don't think that's going to help me, but we'll give it a shot. And after combat, yeah, he breaks my lance, breaks me on my turn, which is brutal. The Cryptars don't pop. I lose 1, I think, for my efforts. But yeah, that's unfortunate. So turn 4, High Elf CA charges my lance off the board, and after combat reforms, I think the Cryptars actually stick around. Flies his dragon over to face those guys. Turn 5, we're basically just fighting for objective or tournament points here. He does pop the Cryptars, but I do land a Treb and pop his other Phoenix, so that's decent because that was worth a tournament point. So he charges these guys. I flee. Turn 6. Yeah, these guys get charged, and that is the end of the game. I only got minimum points. I think I got 1 bonus points, but Alex whooped me up again. But it was a good game. I think I just made some really, really dumb moves, and dumb moves against a good opponent is gonna be a loss every single time. Lore and Death, I liked it in this turn. I think I saw in this round where I really need a lore with some combat buffs, and the level 2 of Beast just didn't cut it that round. But Lore and Death has some very tricky things. I really want to use it for chaffing like Spirit Host, but there was just nothing to chaff in this army, so nothing to chaff that I could be in range of anyway. So yeah, I need some more work with the Lore and Death, but I think at this point I decided I need another level 4 in there, and I have plenty of points to deal with. And Duncan says hi. He agrees that I need a level 4 Beast in there with it, because I think having a good level 4 with combat buffs and a good level 4 of Undeath that I can use early game casting with a casket or something, and then some good chaffing with some Spirit Host when I do get my charge off, then use the Beast during the combat grinds, and then late game bring up a Terrorgeist or something that can swing some battles or get some small points off the table. I actually really like the idea of resing a Mortis engine late game because of the way the turn counter works and that bubble damage that it does. But yep, that's round 2, guys. It's a loss for Bretonnia, but come back for round 3 and see what happens. Thanks for watching.